welcome to another book versus movie video. This one has been a little bit of a long time coming. I saw it a couple of weeks ago and for some reason I just forgot to make this video. So today I want to talk about The Bookshop, which is a novel by Penelope Fitzgerald and recently came out as a movie. I don't know that it was particularly well received. I know my mum went to see it in England and I went to see it here in Denver, and it seems to have not lasted a very long time. And when we went to see it in Denver, there weren't many people in the movie theatre, so I'm guessing yes, it wasn't that well received. However, I mention in my review video, my movie review video for that week, how it's got some pretty big names in it. Bill Nighy is in it and does a fantastic job in it, and so it's actually a pretty good movie. Obviously the book is not the most cheerful of books and the film is not the most cheerful of films, so in that sense the mood is kept very much the same between the book and the movie. The book kind of keeps that mood quite level and quite somber by obviously the description of the scenes and the setting and the characters and by the events that happen. The film does the same thing by showcasing some British weather, even though I found out it was filmed a lot in Spain, but some British weather and a lot of wind. So there's always this kind of like grey, bleak atmosphere, except when you're inside the bookshop, whereas you've got in the bookshop you've got the fire going or the heater going and there's tea and there's book stroking, and then outside of the bookshop it's very much like it's windy, it's cold, it's grey, it's bleak, it's drizzly. So the feeling of the book and the film are very, very similar. Also the ending of the book and the film are very similar as well. It's not one of those that ties up with a neat little bow ending. It's not one where you come away and you're like, oh well, that's how that ended and it's a satisfying conclusion and they all lived happily ever after. Neither the book nor the movie do that. So in that sense as well, it's very, very true to the book. One of the things I mentioned in my movie review of just the movie is the costumes and how much I loved the costumes in the movie. The book, I don't remember having an awful lot of description of the costumes. Maybe it's just because I was listening on audiobook, so I switched off a little bit when clothing was described. I'm not sure. I thought that the costumes in the film were absolutely fantastic and very much brought the story to life, very much put it in a context and put it in a setting and set it in a certain time and location and atmosphere. And obviously the book does that through its description, whereas the film does it through that clothing. And then we've got Bill Nighy, who I just love everything that he's in. He's a fantastic actor and I couldn't have imagined anyone else playing that part. And the part that he plays of this reclusive old man where there's all sorts of rumours going around about why he is a widower and how it all came about, people gossiping about his marriage and his wife or lack thereof, and so he really was much more of a visible and principal character for me in my reading in the film than in the book. Obviously he is a main character in the book and he is also a lover of books, and so, you know, he is a main character, but I really felt like he came to life more in the film. I remembered him more from the film than I did from the book. And again, that's just my reading, my opinion of the difference between the book and the film. And then the other thing that is different between the book and the film is in the book, obviously, it talks about the books that she has in the shop and it talks about the binding and the plot and the reception and the author, like it describes the books. And you know, if you are a book lover, you like a description of a book and you get excited about a description of the book. But then the way it's done in the movie, because it's a movie and it can, is that we see her unpacking these volumes from these crates. We see her running her fingers along the spines on the shelves, organizing the shelves, putting out new stock. So we get that very kind of like tactile love of a book. So the novel gives you the description of the book and the beauty of the novel, and then the film gives you the tactile visual representation of turning a page, opening a front cover, stroking a dust jacket, shelving a book, unpacking a book, displaying a book. And so, yeah, both of them have their own merits, and I thought that it appreciated the love that our main character has for books in both the book and the movie. As always, I do know that movies based on books are just based on the book. The script is written by a different person most of the time. The author doesn't have any kind of say in what goes on, but I always like making these videos to highlight the differences and the similarities, and quite often the different way I have consumed and enjoyed the book and the movie. I'm not saying that every movie should be a direct representation of the book. I never go into a movie based on a book expecting that either, but I like highlighting the similarities and differences here for you because I enjoy making these videos. So yeah, if you have seen the Bookshop, let me know in the comments what you think of it, or if you have just seen the movie or just read the book, let me know. As I mentioned in my movie review, I did the book on audio, and so the film is quite long and I listened to audiobooks on double speed, so the book was almost the same length as the movie for me. It was maybe about 20 minutes longer and that's it. So it was a really good direct comparison, and I finished listening to the book at the weekend and saw the movie on the Wednesday. So it was, again, fresh in my mind when I saw. And I did take some notes, but I don't know why it's taken me so long to make the video. Anyway, if you enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed so that my next video lands in your subscription feed. I will have a very exciting, very much anticipated book versus movie video for you next week coming up. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is, thinking about the day that this is uploaded. So excited. I'm just excited in anticipation of seeing the film and then making this video for you. Yes, so I will see you with another video on Friday. Thank you very much for watching.